Hey, it's Rick. I'm back with another Fast and Fabulous card for you today in 4 easy steps. Today we're going to be focusing on the aliens have landed in Roswell stamp set from Scrappy Boy Stamp, the coordinating dies, and we're going to use the UFO, the A2 UFO card dies, along with the alien landed in Roswell 6x6 pattern paper. All right, this is the version. We're going to make a version of this card today. All right, we're going to start off with our card base as step 1, and it's just a standard A2 top folding card base from Nina Solar White, and our background panel is going to be a piece of our pattern paper. I've already cut that to 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll go ahead and attach this down. So we're going to go ahead and attach that. Just center it on your card. And then we're also going to add another piece. I've cut it at 2 inches by 4. We'll go ahead and attach that. And we're just going to attach that right in the center of our card front. And you know we have to add a little bit to the inside. So I've got a little 3/4 inch strip by 4 piece of pattern paper. We'll attach that to the inside of our card. And that finishes step 1 of our Fast and Fabulous card, is our card base. All right, I've already got our parts and pieces for our focal panel. This is step 2, is our focal image. We've already got all that laid out. We're going to add a little bit of detail to our pieces. We're going to take some Hickory Smoke Distress ink, and we are going to add a little bit of shading to our pieces before we layer them up to give them a little bit more life. So I'm just going to come around, ink blend, add a little inking to that. And we'll do the same thing around our edge of our spaceship here. Just add that little bit of extra touch. Got another little piece right here to our little spaceship. So we're just going to add a little bit of ink to it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of ink to our little wheels. I'm going to darken those up a little bit more. All right, I'm going to clean up this ink and I will be right back. All right, we're going to go ahead and start building up our little spaceship, which is our focal panel. So we'll go ahead and add our little space dome. We're just going to add that in there. And then we got our next little piece here. So we can add that. And we're going to leave a little bit of a gap. It's going to go right in there. So we're going to take this little piece right here. And I've cut that from some shimmery white cardstock so that it had a little bit more interest. It's going to go right below our little dome here. Then we have our next little layer right here. So we'll add liquid glue behind that. We'll tuck that in. have that little differentiation of color. It just add a little bit more interest to your Fast and Fabulous card. Then we will add our next little piece right there. And then we can attach our landing gear. So we'll add liquid glue behind there. And we'll pop that on. As well as our other little wheel here, or landing gear, however you want to look at it. All right, we're going to add our little alien as if he is peeking out of our spaceship. Just like that. We have to add our little circles to our little craft. And it does, the die cuts these in 2 pieces. I'm going to leave the outside rings off this time. Just for a little bit of a different look. We're just popping those right in there for our little lights on our spaceship. We're going to bring this back in. We're going to add that where we want it to be, sorta. We are going to add a sentiment. So we're going to pop it right on our little pattern paper here. So we're going to grab our Misty, since we have our placement. I will stamp that using VersaFine Nocturne ink. So for our step 4, or step 3 is our sentiment. All right, we're moving on to step 4, which is to embellish and assemble. So we are going to add our little spaceship. Just with some liquid glue. We're going to tuck it right above our little sentiment here. And I did stamp and color one of the planets. I'm going to pop that up using some foam adhesive. So we'll just add little foam squares behind there. And then we will add this. And I'm going to tuck it right down here. Yeah, we're going to go with the diagonal. All right. So there is our assembly. We're going to go ahead and add our embellishments. So for our embellishments, I'm going to add some clear sparkle pen to our planet. So it gives it just a little bit of sparkle. And then while that's drying, I'm going to add some white gel pen highlights to our little alien, because that is an embellishment. We'll add a little bit to our lights on our spacecraft as well. And then we can add a little bit to our planet. All right, there is our Fast and Fabulous card in 4 easy steps. Here's a closer look at the card. I hope you give this a try, and I will see you guys in the next video right over there. Stay crafty. Love you. Bye.